Whenever I'm reviewing a Martin guitar, I always say the same thing: a Martin guitar knows how to tell a story. Its sound has this built-in warmth and a sense of weathered soul, kinda like an old soul who's seen it all. Today I want to use one specific song to show you that unique Martin character. It's a song that cuts straight to the soul, Wonderful Tonight. You're going to hear different versions played on different guitars, and you'll notice that depending on the guitar, the way it hits your soul changes. Which one will truly move you? I'll need you to find a quiet spot and really listen with your heart. Speaking of Wonderful Tonight, let's look at the background first. Eric Clapton wrote this song at home back in 1976. One evening, he and his girlfriend were getting ready for a party. She was upstairs doing her makeup, trying on clothes, and brushing her hair. Every now and then, she'd come down and ask him, "Do I look okay in this?" And he'd answer, "Yes, you look wonderful tonight." That phrase became the lyrics we know today. They were head over heels for each other. At the party that night, everyone who passed her was whispering compliments. Clapton was standing right there and heard it all. When she asked him, "Do you feel alright?" he replied, "Yes, I feel wonderful tonight." They were so incredibly sweet on each other that night, just talking about it makes me jealous. Clapton has played this song on both electric and acoustic guitars. People online always argue about which version is better. One specific comment got the most likes, and it said this: "If the electric version is him announcing his love for this woman to the whole world, the acoustic version feels more like a man sitting alone at midnight years later, picking up a guitar for a monologue to his own heart." It's something he's playing for himself. Let me explain a bit. In terms of emotional expression, the electric guitar has more tension. It's flashier, like it's showing off on stage. Those full step bends are especially hard-tugging. But an acoustic guitar is raw and natural. It doesn't have that stage flair or the glitz of an electric, but it gains a layer of mellow thickness and a weathered soul. It's meant for your own ears or for that one special person. Let's take a listen.
Late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear. Late in the evening, she's wondering what clothes to wear.
The electric version fires up the crowd because its sound is so high-reaching and soaring, it belongs on a stage. But the acoustic, it's warm and weathered. It hits you right in the gut. There's a down-to-earth honesty in that sound. It's a sound for people who have stories to tell. It might even leave you in silence. Like I said at the start, only a Martin has this specific sound. No other brand has it. Want to see what happens when that weathered soul is missing? Next we're going to hear the Taylor version. I'll play the Martin first, then the Taylor. Listen to the same melody and see if it still pierces your soul once that grit is gone.
You were a wonder tonight.
For a lyrical storytelling piece like this, only the Martin flavor feels right. Don't get me wrong, Taylor is 100% a great guitar. Its sound is sweet and crystalline, but it just doesn't fit this specific song. Every brand has its lane, just like Gibson. They all have their own characteristics. But today, this is Martin's home turf, so we won't get into the others too much. I just want you to understand one thing. You don't have to buy a Martin right away, or you can save up until you have enough money to get one. But never go for a cheap reproduction knockoff just to save money. Those are just there to scam you. Now for the highlight of today's video. I've picked two very special Martins to play this song. Both have that storytelling vibe, but their personalities are totally different. It almost sounds like a duet between a man and a woman. The red one is the Martin D-15M Street Master, which goes for about $1,899 in the US. We'll talk specs later, but this guitar is the man's voice. Powerful, warm, and direct. The other one, the Martin SC-13E Special, which is about $1,799 in the US, is the woman's voice. It is incredibly gentle. The level of detail and nuance you can get out of this is honestly unprecedented in the acoustic world. Let's listen to this duet. The red one is the man, powerful and robust. The yellow one is delicate and gentle. Their tones are so unique because of their specific specs. Let's start with the red one, the D-15M Street Master. It's a full mahogany build, made in the USA, and retails for about $1,899. Mahogany naturally has a warm, deep voice, and when you combine that with the D, dreadnought body shape, you get this commanding, punchy presence. That's exactly what gives it such a powerful character. The other one is the SC-13E Special. This guitar is probably Martin's biggest innovation in the last 15 years. The body is shaped like the letter S, with an asymmetrical design. If you look at it from the side, the body is quite thin, much thinner than a standard acoustic, which makes it incredibly comfortable to hold. It also features Martin's latest patented neck joint for easy maintenance, but we won't get too into the weeds on that. What's really worth talking about is the playability. The feel of this guitar is very close to an electric. Besides the ultra-thin neck, the strings are 2 gauges lighter than the D-15. The D-15M uses .013S, mediums, while this one uses .011S, custom lights. As our session player put it, the SC-13E is a dream to play. It's so easy to control, a total stage beast. Because the .011 strings are softer, I was able to nail those full step bends during the climax of the song with total ease. But using that same technique on the D-15M, those .013 strings are a nightmare to bend. The tension is just so high. It's not that you can't do it. You could probably grit your teeth and squeeze out 4 or 5. But in a recording session where you're doing take after take, your hand would be toast after 10 minutes. Especially if you're trying to hit a full step bend and add vibrato on top. On the SC-13E, that kind of move is smooth and effortless. On the D-15M, it's a desperate, messy struggle. Listen to Clapton's version on the electric guitar, specifically this part with the full step bend and vibrato. Right there. We originally planned to play it like that on both guitars, but it was just too difficult on the D-15M. We eventually gave up and kept it simple with just the basic full step bend. But looking back, I actually think that was the right move. It fits the raw, honest character of the D-15M. The flashy stuff and technical tricks, that's what the SC-13E was born to do. Don't let the thin body and light strings fool you. The sound isn't thin at all. It's actually incredibly rich. Usually, if you put .011S on a standard guitar, it sounds thin and pretty bad. But this guitar seems specifically engineered for lighter strings. If you look through the sound hole at the back bracing, it's an X-brace design, whereas most guitars use parallel bars. Every design choice here is just right to give you an electric guitar feel on an acoustic. That's why it's called an acoustic-electric hybrid. It's a weapon for the stage, especially for those of you who also play electric. The Special in the model name refers to the specs. The back and sides are made from a unique Zeracote fine veneer. You don't see this wood often on Martins. Its tone is somewhat close to rosewood, somewhere between the deep lows of rosewood and the bright highs of maple. It's made in Mexico and retails for about $1,799. Interestingly, after the recording, the player actually guessed the price wrong. He said he loved the SC-13E so much, it felt thicker and more versatile than the D-15, that he assumed the D-15 would be the cheaper one. In reality, the D-15 is about $100 more expensive. The reason he got it wrong was that he was judging purely on sound and experience, without worrying about where it was made or checking the price tag first. That just goes to show how much the SC-13E surprised him, especially for the style of music he loves. To quote him, "Martin's tone is so nuanced. Someone with a deep understanding of music can truly lose themselves in it. Especially the subtle details in dynamic expression. It adds an indescribable texture and layer to the work." Alright, now I'm going to take you through some screen-recorded snippets of the actual recordings of these two. On the screen below, you'll see the recording tracks we're about to hear. I've color-coded them, red for the D-15M and yellow for the SC-13E. As you listen, keep two things in mind. For the red guitar, focus on that warmth and that grand, powerful wall of sound. That's the dreadnought body talking. For the yellow guitar, focus on the detail, the richness, and the nuance. Alright, let's listen to the first short clip all the way through, and then I'll do some quick A/B switching to break it down. In this section, the sound of the red guitar is incredibly wide and atmospheric. It's got that muscle man vibe. Now, let's listen to the yellow one. The yellow guitar doesn't feel quite as wide as the red one, but the sound is much more intricate. Let's listen to the intro again. The red guitar hits like a cannonball. When it lands, it leaves a crater. But the yellow one? Its sound is silkier and more refined. The initial attack isn't as heavy, but it's very clever and gentle. Now, let's listen to the arpeggio section here. This is actually my favorite part. The red guitar is wide and bright, but the yellow guitar is very focused and full. Can you hear how rich the sound inside the sound hole is? It's got these layers, this shimmering quality. It just feels so complete. The red guitar excels at soundstage width and bright highs, but this one is all about richness and detail. Alright, let's move to the next clip. The strumming on the red guitar is so powerful. It's like someone marching in a military parade. Every beat is punchy and forceful. Let's listen to the second half of this clip. See, every stroke is firm. This kind of sound is perfect for rhythmic strumming. It really gets you pumped up. But look at the yellow one. Especially these light strums. Listen closely. It feels like you can hear every single string individually. Right there. Did you hear that richness? Now, let's listen to the ending on the red guitar. It's all about being solid. There aren't as many tiny details inside the notes. It's mostly there to lock in the rhythm and hit those accents. Next clip. That thump-thump powerful feeling again. Now the yellow guitar. The biggest difference I hear here is that the sound in the yellow guitar seems to bounce back and forth between the top and back plate, kind of like a rubber ball. It's very elastic. The elasticity is most obvious right here. And the red one? That's more like a drum. Next, a quick fingerstyle clip. direct. And as expected, the more delicate the playing gets, the more the yellow guitar shines. That's its home turf. Actually, there's one more clip, the accompaniment part for Wonderful Tonight. I hope you'll take the time to listen to the whole thing, but if you're in a hurry, feel free to skip ahead. When they're playing backup, you can hear the personality split very clearly. One is so sweet and warm. Full of layers. The red guitar is the muscle man, the yellow guitar is the delicate lady. With a dreadnought guitar, you're mostly using it for backing tracks or heavy strumming, with the occasional solo thrown in. But a guitar like the SC-13E, its job is to take the lead. You can take your technique and your emotions and just let them run wild through this guitar. It makes the music more interesting, more fun. That's its purpose. It's exactly like the roles in a male-female duet we talked about at the beginning. Thanks for watching.